You're listening to the Positivity Hour podcast, hosted by Darshaun Smith. Strap in and buckle up, and let's get straight into it.
I've learned a lot over the years. One thing I've learned is you kind of circle back over the same ideas, same tropes, same people over and over and over. And because of that, you get to peep game or learn some lessons for the mass majority of y'all out there. And that's taught me some things that I want to present to you today. So in today's episode of the Positivity Hour, we're going to be looking at the 5 insights or pieces of advice I'd recommend to my younger self and how that may help you in what you got going on. And let's just get straight to the main topic. Roll it.
Time for the main topic.
All right, so since we're just hopping straight in on the main topic, I'm doing a little 2-camera setup in my room right now. It's a little basic. I forgot to put the LED behind me, but we're not going to talk about that. So let's get straight to it. Number 1, be you, okay? Number 2, get good at something the world needs. Number 3, failing means you actually tried to push the boundary. Number 4, take your health serious. And number 5, it's all about the relationships. If you stick around to the end, I'll give you a bonus sixth piece of advice. So look alive for that. But now that you got what you came for, you can leave. Okay, side party. Well, we're going to come back to the main party over here. And it's been real. I'm just joking. We'll see you around though. For those of y'all listening to this, like I said, I'm in my room here in Cedar Rapids. And I have a 2-camera setup, so I was talking to the side camera and just trying to be funny or whatever. But I already gave you the main pieces of advice. So if that's all you came for, then really you can leave. But I now want to explain a little bit more and provide some context into how I came up with these 5 pieces of advice. And like I said, I will give you a bonus piece for your wisdom from your OG today. That being said, I gotta sneeze. It's not coming out, so I did that instead. Wazam. Number 1, be you. People come and go in your life, okay? And I'm not talking about the gas station. Maverick bought that. It's over. It's sad. I know. I'm crying literally internally. Come and Go was my favorite gas station, and now it's something else. But I'm talking about the people, okay? People will enter your life and leave your life consistently. That is a fact that you can, doesn't matter who you are on this planet, due to death or people moving or growing apart, you're always going to have people into your life for one reason and leave for another. But one thing that is always going to be consistent is you. You are always going to be there for yourself, okay? You may have heard my previous analogy, side note, me, myself, and I, okay? Me, who? Me? That's you looking at me right now. Myself is how I refer to myself, and I is the internal voice. All we got is me, myself, and I, y'all. So when in doubt, twerk it out. But doing that requires you to be you. What does that look like? Okay, what does that feel like? What does that sound like? How can you actually do that? Being yourself is who you are, when no one's looking. Being your true, authentic self is who you would be around your closest friends. You could tell anything. Who you would lay your life on the line for a family member or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's your truest form, whether you're very talkative or maybe you're mute. You're just a little quiet mouse in the back corner who just observes everything. Doesn't matter what your archetype is, doesn't matter what your character is, just be yourself. Because like I said, people come and go, people will enter your life and leave for another reason or two, but you will always be there for yourself. So just remember, you got to have your own back, and you can only get that if you're being your true authentic self, because playing a character is hard. You can only do that for so long before your mind just gives up, okay? It just cracks, and next thing you know, you're going crazy, you're on a shooting spree. So I think for at least in my experience, it's been very easy to be myself because I don't have to try. I just wake up. I'm this positive, talkative, funny guy that wants to see the world in a better light than when I came into it. So this is my attempt at trying to do that. Which leads me to point number 2. Get good at something the world actually needs, okay? This is a good one, and this is something I learned, I won't say too late, I'm 24 years old, but it's something I wish I would have hammered down on even more when I was 12, when I first got a YouTube channel and when I first was around cameras and trying to tell stories and make YouTube videos and all of this. Like, yes, people need entertainment, but right now what we're seeing, at least what I'm seeing and what I do with these cameras, is people need something that's real, something that is authentic, something that is, human, okay? Because we're so digitized and desensitized to our pixelated screens and everything that's on it that we kind of forget what it's like to be human. We kind of forget what it's like to actually hold a conversation with a person or walk up to a beautiful woman you're into and be like, hey, I couldn't live with myself if I didn't come say hey and like figure out your name or whatever. You stick out from a mile away, like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Like, let me take you out to dinner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. You get what I'm saying? Like, this human experience though of in which we just aren't getting as much as we used to before, a time where you could communicate to anybody and everyone instantly through your phone. And I think that's a skill that I'm slowly working on, helping people find their humanity, be authentic, be able to communicate with other humans in an effective way. And I think that's something the world has always needed, ever since humans were living in the cave to the first malls in ancient Egypt, 5,000 years ago, to even today. People have always needed to be able to communicate and get a message across and sell something, or just, I mean, literally that's it. Because when I'm talking to you, or the hypothetical situation where I was spitting game at that girl, I was selling myself. But whatever, we'll talk about that another time. Okay, I'm gonna take y'all out to TN Clary. We're gonna find my wife. I'm just messing with you, but yeah. Because I'm probably gonna fail, which leads me to point number 3. Failing means you actually tried to push the boundaries. Okay, this is such an important point that I'm so grateful I've been able to experience in my 24 years on this planet. And I can't wait to experience more of it, as I start to push the boundary even more, and I start to, slowly move full time into my business and transition away from a W-2 job and just try and make this happen. Like, failing is a part of the process. Failing, yes, is where a lot of people give up, but you could fail 99 times, but if you succeed at that one time, you could be a billionaire. You know what I'm saying? All you need is one win. One really big, good win to set yourself apart from the pack and set you and your future generations up for success. But a lot of people, because they are not doing point number 1, being their true authentic selves, they're letting their ego, they're letting their pride, they're letting how their image looks to the other people around them take over how they act, rather than doing what's best for them, doing what's best for their family, doing what's best for fill in the blank, their community they serve, or what have you. And because of that, they don't try. They don't start that business. I don't care if you're 60, Sharon, watching this, okay? It's not too late. I don't care if you're on your deathbed, David, okay? 75 out of Nigeria. Yeah, I know you watch this, okay? You better wake up and make it happen. That one Nigerian woman started making freaking elephants and crocodiles out of recycled freaking flip-flops, and she's selling them $1,000 a pop. She's like 50 something. There's opportunities all around us, y'all. You just gotta keep trying stuff, keep providing value, and give the world something it needs, which conveniently gets back to point number 2. But I love how you can see all of these points are locked in, interlinked with one another. Excuse me, because that leads me to point number 4. Take your health serious. Literally right before this, I started recording, just 5-10 minutes ago, I popped some pills. I popped some prescription medication, and I popped some over-the-counter pills, okay? Particularly, the prescription medication was the allergy medicine, because I sleep with my window open sometimes, and that means the whole night I'm just breathing in the allergens. And yeah, maybe if I took my prescriptions as prescribed at nighttime, maybe I wouldn't experience that. But we're learning. Okay, I'm getting there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to take my health more serious, because that leads me to the over-the-counter pills. my one a day vitamin. It's got like magnesium, some iron, other things, nutrients, vitamins your body needs that often we are deficient of. And I've found myself over the years when I'm grinding super hard or trying to push to that next level, feeling a little sluggish. And I think it's because my sleep is poor, or I'm not drinking enough water, or maybe I'm drinking too much vitamin water, as the British would say. A bottle of water, okay? It's so good. But often, what I've come to find out, especially when I was in college, was I was lacking some vitamins. And even like last year, when I got some blood work at the doctor, there were a few things that were just kind of out of range. And I remember having a conversation with my doctor, and we were talking about like seasonally, like what vitamins I need to take when, and just how I can have the healthiest, best version of myself, so I can live the longest possible for me and my future generations. And I think that, like, the fact that literally I was having this conversation with my doctor like 3 weeks ago when I was there, and he was like, the fact that you're 24 and you're more tuned in with your own health than 60-year-olds I have is impressive. Like, it shows you actually care. And I'm not saying this to hype myself up. I'm saying this to help you understand that, hey, go to the free clinic if you got one, use your insurance, okay? Like, literally at least go once a year just to get checked out. Like, take your health serious, and just do what you got to do to see tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And because we all got an expiration date, they say the only two things are in life that are guaranteed are death and taxes. But no, the only actual guaranteed things in life are birth and death. Okay. If you're here, well, obviously you were guaranteed to be born. You know what I'm saying? You were lucky not to get aborted there. And when you die, everyone's gonna die. That is the great equalizer. That is the only thing right now, until we figure out immortality, like the TV show Altered Carbon, that is saving us from ultimate tyranny and empires that last millenniums and such, is you're gonna die. So you don't know when that time is, but to prolong that date so you can hopefully live into your 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe even be so lucky to reach triple digits, take your health serious. Okay, that's an important one. And the last one I want to expand on here real quick is how it's all about relationships. And going back to me finding a wife, that is true. Okay. Maybe if I actually went out and talked to a woman, I would actually have a girlfriend. But I also don't got time for that right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to build some other things because I'm trying to foster other relationships, business relationships that will, potentially put some more money in my pocket to then provide for the wife. There's a order of operations here. Okay. If you see what I got going on, okay, come on. She out there, but she ain't gonna like me if I can't get her some Lululemon. You know what I'm saying? But I say all that to say, on a very serious note, let me stop playing. Relationships are key, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's a friend or with your family, or no, like seriously, like the person you eventually will spend some time with or marry or have kids with, that is arguably one of the most important relationships in your life, because that person is going to be in your life consistently. They're going to be the person who sees you at your worst and your best behind closed doors. Same with some of your family members, like me and my mom. We're super, super close like that. And we always talk about things and try and just figure things out. It's a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? And without relationships, especially in the old world, you could get away with it a little bit in the modern world, but even it could be said in this modern world, that you can't reach the top alone. You can't see true success by yourself. And because of that, you need people around you who know people, or who can get your foot in the door, or who can show you a new way of thinking, or whatever it is today, you know what I'm saying? And you only can get that different perspective. You can only get that insight. You can only get that information through your relationships with others. I've dropped my tablet and lost my notes, so that seems like a great time to transition to the Let's Get Personal section.
Let's get personal.
All right, I got my notes back here, so let's get personal. Okay, this last week was pretty fun. Like I said in last week's episode of the Positivity Hour, this week starts my new schedule. Well, I've been in my new schedule for a whole week, and let me tell you, on Tuesday I was like, brother, I should have drank 2 Celsiuses because I am not a night owl. But by Friday I was like, nah, I like this shift. Okay, my new schedule where I work from like 3 to 11, essentially Tuesday through Friday. Yeah, I took like a slight pay cut, less hours at the day job, but that allows me to spend more time in Cedar Rapids, or at least I could be in Iowa City or wherever I need to be, but I could focus more on the business. I could focus more on this podcast. I could focus more on the personal brand. I could focus more on the business brand, and I can really start and have the time to figure out how I'm gonna climb the hell out this barrel. You know what I'm saying? Amongst all these other crabs. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted now. I want to bring the other crabs with me, okay? But I also understand that it's gonna take some time. You know what I'm saying? I can't help everyone overnight. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of is gonna happen when it happens. So let a brother cook, let a brother live life, and best believe we're gonna turn it up, because my dreams, goals, and aspirations are large, and it just takes time to see those come to fruition, which gets me to the second half of the Let's Get Personal, life and such. I need to put that on a t-shirt. Remind me of that, Darshaun, okay? Life and such right here across the t-shirt. This last week was a grind. Like, between like working on the podcast or trying to film with my brother, and even just trying to like take photos for the marching band. Like, I think I had my best performing post ever on my Instagram this last week when I posted those photos for the band. Like, the impressions were out of here. Like, the likes, the shares, the comments, like, it was woo. Like, I don't know everything, but I do know something now. I think I got a little motion now. So best believe it's go time. It's time to pound the grindstone. It is a great time to be alive, and I'm just so grateful for all the opportunities I have in life and all the people that I'm around, and all of the folks who want to see me win and lose, and everyone I've ever come in contact with. I say it all the time, but literally, if I've ever looked at you, or if you've ever seen me drive by or whatever, like, I appreciate you, because in some way, shape, form, or fashion, like, you've changed my life for the better, because everything I've done, everything that has ever happened to me in this world has gotten me to this exact point here, and I wouldn't change a thing. Throughout all the adversity, ups and downs, lefts and rights, I'm grateful. Thank you. And let's get into that bonus tip for your wisdom from your OG. All right, bonus tip, wisdom from your OG. I'm just gonna read what I wrote here, so shout out to everyone on Spotify and Apple and all of the places where you can listen to this. Make sure you're giving me an honest review. If it's a 1-star, give me a 1. If it's a 5-star, give me a 5. But for those who are watching, you're just gonna watch me read. So let me lock in. Everything looks like a good idea in hindsight. Okay, so just start. That's your tip number 6. Just start. Figure it out on the way. Give it a good shot, and you'll find that you'll find out, because in the end, you'll have no regrets. You'll have only results. Because you actually gave it all you got, and pushed the ball forward potentially for the next generation. So that's your number 6 tip. Your wisdom from the OG today. Just try it. If you have an idea and you're like, that'd be pretty cool, just try it, bro. Be like, I say it all the time, like, I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Just try it. I've done it. Literally, I can show y'all this real quick. This is why I had this little behind the scenes angle over here. I'm not sure if you should be able to show me walk over here, but I literally found this the other day, and I was like, this is a perfect example of just try it. Here's a shirt. I say get the bread, stay positive, all that a lot. Well, I put it on a shirt. It's not pretty, but that wasn't the point. The point was, I've been saying for so long, I'm gonna put that on a shirt. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. I'm gonna put that on a shirt. Well, after so long of saying that, I was like, nah, brother. I literally just have to put that on a shirt. So I did. In the most basic font ever, I paid $20 to get the bread screen printed shirt. Now, in the days to come, years to come, so on and so forth, I plan to, get more merch coming in, and I have even better designs. I have like this one that's literally a bread factory, and you could see like get the breads like coming down the conveyor belt. Like I've taken it pretty far, but now I just need to, go through and purchase some product and such. So little dog hair. If you can see my shirt, I'm covered in dog hair. It's crazy. Next week's topic, I don't really know. I haven't got that far, and that's because this last week, like I was saying, in the Let's Get Personal, was busy. You know what I'm saying? Just because I've been working, but conveniently, I have some time to slow up real quick, which means I have time to plan and, actually plan these next steps so that when the time comes to execute, it's go time. The one thing I can tell you for sure, though, is there will be a podcast next week. And I think this is the 35th podcast I've recorded this year. For myself, I've recorded 11 podcasts for New Wave Performance and another 2 or 3. No. I've recorded 14 or 13 or 11. Yeah, 13 or 14 podcasts for New Wave Performance and another few for some other people. So I'm already 50 plus podcasts in this year. We're averaging, almost 2 a week, I would say, which is a really good number. So I just want to say that, what you can expect going forward is just more greatness, more positivity, more Darshaun being Darshaun. So remember, it's a great day to have a great day. Remember those 6 tips and tricks. Remember those 6 pieces of advice. I'm going to repeat it for you just real quick, okay? And then we're going to get out of here because I appreciate you and your time. So number 1, be you. People are going to come and go, but you'll always be there. So make sure you got your back. Number 2, get good at something the world needs. Need I say more? Number 3, failing means you actually tried to push the boundaries, okay? Don't be afraid to look goofy. Don't be afraid to look stupid, because you're going to look smart as hell when you're rich and famous on the boat and everything worked out, okay? Come on. Or you got the kids or the family or the white picket fence or whatever your dream was, okay? Everyone's going to call you crazy in the moment, but when you reach your dream outcome, who's funny and goofy now? Number 4, take your health serious, okay? Go get your blood drawn, go see a doctor, go see what there is to see. Take some magnesium, take some vitamins. If you're low on iron, go take an iron supplement. Come on, take your health serious. Number 5, it's all about relationships, okay? Yes, you can do a lot yourself these days, but you can't do it all. You need someone to get you in the door, or you need someone to communicate or have a kid with, okay? It's all about relationships. Make sure you foster them and get the bread. And last but not least, number 6, I think it's the number 5, but whatever. We may have skipped over it. Number 6, bonus. Everything looks good everything looks good as an idea in hindsight, but in the moment, you don't know. So just start. Just try it. See what happens. Worst thing that happens is you gain some experience and you have no regrets on your deathbed. And I think that's the goal everyone should achieve. You don't want to get to your deathbed and be like, I wish I would have, or dang, I should have. Nah. I'm going to get to my deathbed and die peacefully knowing I gave it my all. I did everything I could to try and figure this out. I'm going to peacefully agito breathe until I die. You know what I'm saying? Death is scary, but we'll get there in hopefully a lot of years. But if I don't see you next week, well, I'm dead. But I'll hopefully see you next week. So we'll see you around. Deuces. Fade to black. Woo! Hey, come back real quick. I don't have a release date for the music that I'm putting out, but I just want to say it's going to come out sometime this year, okay? My goal is to at least release a few singles before this Christmas. So look alive. The best of the 50-ish song mixtape album coming sooner than you think. And when I say soon, I don't know, but within the next 4 or 5 months. Look alive. Goodbye.
I'm in my G'd up zone. I'm about to get it in, kick your feet up, home. Days turn to weeks when you're always on the grind all night. I got my re-up back. I'm about to get it in, I'll be right back.
Nate, high lows to those who don't know the name. And G'd up, yup, that's the only thing I claim.